Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by Maui Jim Sunglasses. First Tellurium Corp., the future of mining. And Hardy Rods and Reels.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to another segment on the bench. Today I'm going to bring you my little magic caddis. It's a nice little Caddis Pupae pattern. Get down and very, very efficient. You'll see UV qualities of this when the UV rays hit it. The fish really tune into that. So I'll show you the materials I tied this fly with, and hope you have some good luck with it. It's a great little bug. I'm going to be using a Tamco 2457 size 8. Now on that, we'll be putting a 1/8 black bead on the front. Also, for thread, I'm going to be using some fluorescent yellow or chartreuse, whatever you have. I'll be using some Swannundaze light olive for the rib. It's 1/16. It's pretty heavy Swannundaze. You can use a little lighter if you want more ribs, but you don't. It's kind of the way I like to do it, so that's where I'll show it to you. The body material is a custom blend of mine, and what I'll show you here, I'll give you the recipe at the end of the clip. It's ice dub, UV light olive, and then I mix in 50% or half green African goat. It's a long fiber, but I chop it up finer. Shorter fibers, put it in my coffee bean grinder, and I get a really nice blend on that. And you can see how it looks in the water. When you get that wet, it's really, really good. And then I mark the back of my bags. This is Magic Caddis body, so I remember where I use that material. It's always a good idea. And then I'll do another custom blend on the front. It's Crystal Dub Olive Brown. And we got the majority of that in there. I'll put a little light olive ice dub in there just for the little sparkle, and a 1/3 of the golden brown ice dub. And then I'll mark the back Magic Caddis collar on that, so I know what I got when I'm looking through my custom blends. And it's a great little fly. We'll show you how to tie it. It's very easy to tie. Run this one under a cork or a high stick it if you want. You can many ways to fish this fly. You can fish under a hopper dropper if you want. Okay, we'll bring in a hook here for starters. I've got the barbs pinched on my hooks, and I put my bead on. Get my thread down the shank here. Give it some good foundation to start with. And I'll bring in my Swannundaze vinyl V-rib you can use. This is a pale olive. I don't want it, I got a bright fly anyway. This is just kind of tone it down. I cut a pretty good angle on there just to thin that down my tie-in point, and I just catch it in at the tip. And then I can pull it back a little bit, just around the corner, just a smidge, and throw a 1/2 inch on there. Now when I dub this, I want it really buggy. I like this under body nice and dubby, or buggy I should say, not dubby but buggy. And then I'll come to the rear, get started, and I'll just kind of gobsmack that on there. Nothing pretty, but we get the blend. You can see the translucency happening there. What I'm looking for, take just about 3 turns or so, just to give myself a little segmentation. Just kind of tone that down, or else it just looks like a big neon glob. So I want to tone that down with a light olive. I'll come in with a toothbrush, pluck that out a little bit. I find a toothbrush works pretty good on these kind of flies. And when I preen that back, I get a nice little segmentation going. You'll see when you get that in the water, you get that wet. It's really, really nice. Then on the collar, I forgot to mention some extra fine, soft silver wire. It doesn't matter the coloration too much. And I'll just use that for a little dubbing wire brush here in the front, or a dubbing loop you can use if you don't have a vise like this. I'll take my little custom dub here. We just need a wee little bit for the collar. I could dub it on flat if you want and pick it out. You can do that too, but I like to spin it in just a little bit of wire brush, and then I can pluck it out. I get my fiber standing out a little nicer. And take a couple turns, tie that off. And a whip finish. Fluorescent yellow thread. Pull that down behind the bead, even if it'll go down there. That's good. It tightens it up. Then I'll come in here with my brush again and just preen it all back. It's a really simple little fly. I'll put some Sol-Res or head cement on there to toughen that up. But it's you get this fly wet, and that's one thing I encourage when you're tying your flies and whatever. Sometimes they look really good on the vise, but I really like to go with something like this. When it gets wet, it's got a great appearance in the water. It's a real fish love to eat this one. So there it is, my little magic caddis. It's a pretty simple fly. I'm going to add this one to my caddis pack on Sport Fishing on the Fly online store too. So that one will be available. We're going to be sending a bunch of these out for the shop. We also got our traveling sedges going on there, Caddis, Kamloops Caddis Pupae in that pack, and also my Brent'S Premiers. So there you go. We appreciate you watching. We'll catch you again real soon.